Well, this is the current state of affairs. As we head north, trying to get back to Route 66. These right lanes are actually going to I-5. We're trying to get closer up to I-10. We are officially on the road, at least. We got Gizmo hanging out with Tim McCaw down there. Diana and I got a magical opening to leave this morning. The cul-de-sac was clear, so we brought the bus out, hooked up the trailer, got the Harley in there. It fits. And we are going to get past San Bernardino today and officially start our Route 66 trip in the NautiBus, guys. Thanks for joining us. It's going to be an epic journey. Goodbye, Los Angeles. Well, after, you know, this part of Los Angeles, which sucks, but we're going to get through this. It's going to take an hour or so. Woo-wee! We made it, guys. Back on Route 66. 56 feet long. Boy, that was an adventure. That was an adventure. We did have one glitch with the dash cam camera. My little GoPro up there would not turn on. Even had Diana take the battery out, put it back in. Gonna have to look into that and find out why we couldn't get any driving shots with the GoPro, but I will have that fixed in my next video. We are here, it's windy, in Hesperia, California, back on good old Route 66, historic Route 66. Diana's in there getting all the windows back open. Boy, it's really windy right here. There's gonna be some windy areas here in the desert area. But yeah, we're gonna stay here at a Harvest Host that's right across the street that way. We're early, they won't let us check in till 4 p.m. So we're gonna stage here and actually gonna pop open the trailer, pull out Silverback, and Diana and I are gonna go ride Route 66 today for a few hours before we can check in. But the adventure is officially on, guys. We made it out of LA. Goodness. Let's go back here and see how everything did in the trailer. It was definitely a bumpy ride. I was watching it on the camera because, you see right there, I brought in one of my magnetic camera, wireless cameras, so I could watch it in black and white. And it looks like a bunch of stuff fell. Diana's cat carrier that was up on the hooks fell. My blanket, oh wow, even this kind of surprises me because this was in a spot, right? It must have been very, very bumpy. The Silverback did good. Straps are still flickable and everything. Yeah, it actually wasn't that hard to just move that bracket forward so that I could close the door on the new Harley back there. Worked out really well. But yeah, we'll go ahead and get all the kitties situated. We're gonna have to flip on the mini split systems here, get AC in there. Right now we're just letting some fresh air in, and then we're gonna go ride. We got some really exciting stops, some new stuff on Route 66 for the 100-year centennial here in 2026. Come on with us, guys. That's a pretty good ride. A little windy. That's a nice little ride here on Route 66. We're gonna start the day off with some grub here at a famous, iconic Route 66 stop that I have always wanted to try. It's a cute little cafe here. And it's got the Route 66 California shield, and look at this, an old Chevy bench here. That is stylin'. This is one of the very first alignments of Route 66 going down here. And we got Emma Jean's Truck Stop Cafe, home of the Brian Burger. That's an old telephone sign. Kind of hard to read, but Continental System, you can see telephone kind of written right there. Yeah, and then Emma Jean's, a neon sign that no longer works. Maybe one year they'll get around to fixing the neon on that sign. But you can see we're in San Bernardino County here, Route 66. And then a little plaque here talking about Emma Jean's. If you want to freeze it right there and read it, go ahead and pause your screen. You can read up. But it basically says that it's been a 66 icon since 1947, y'all. They've served a lot of burgers in there. Ready for a burger, Diana?
Oh, yeah.
That'll start us off right, huh?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. My goodness, look at the old Route 66 sign down there. That's a really old sign that's been retired. Phone here. Yeah, it's just a small little cafe diner here. They got some seats up front. They got a couple booths. They got a swamp cooler over there. We're gonna put in a burger order. Yeah. All right, we got our burger orders in. We are starting off right with the burger here, guys. Our server is none other than the owner, Shauna, who owned this place, took over from her parents. Sadly, her husband, Brian, passed away 2 years ago in 2024. There's a picture of them right there together here. 24 years ago. That's Shauna and Brian right there. And Shauna's our server. They're really busy, actually. And they get to close every day at 2:30 after just doing breakfast and lunch. That's awesome that they get such great business. All right, look at that. Wow, that's the Brian burger. And this is the classic burger. Look, tater tots, guys. No tater haters here. And cold ketchup for my tots. That's how we do that. That's a half-pound burger, guys. That's a lot of meat, as she said. Oh, yeah. Okay. They're out of magnets. They're out of t-shirts. They're out of stickers. It has been a crazy start to the Centennial. A lot of people still traveling Route 66. They are out of merchandise here. That will not be the case all over the country. But you have to wait to get a magnet a little longer today. Oh my goodness, that was a good burg. That was a fat burg. Diana's taking half of it with us, gonna put it in the saddlebag. We got a few more stops to make today, but it'll be okay. I'm gonna get back on Route 66. Right there, guys. Well, Diana, you're just a riding fool today. She's a trooper. Look at that. The Route 66 official California Museum. I believe all the states that encompass Route 66 are going to have some sort of a little museum to check out. We're going to go roll through real quick and see what they got here and then get back on the mother road. They got some beautiful artwork here on the side. Some construction going on behind the camera. That's where we started. Most people are coming from Illinois down to Santa Monica. And it doesn't look like that right now. There, it's under a lot. We didn't show the front. It's under full construction. But here's a very large map here in Victorville, Los Angeles, Pasadena, San Bernardino. Look at that. Victorville, California. For some reason, they are letting us know that there is a Cracker Barrel right before Barstow. I love it. That's beautiful. And then Needles, California will be the last city in California on Route 66 before we get into Arizona. Let's go see what they got inside. All right, there's still some more murals out front. We got some good loving hippies here with the Route 66 plate on the Volkswagen. Heck yeah. They have some old signs. I'm not really sure where this one was from. It says entertainment on it. It may have been like a marquee for a movie theater. Wired up for 110 volt here. Gosh, that'd be some cool basement garage artwork, man cave artwork. Of course, California is well known for that film right there, American Graffiti. And then here's another. This one is in pieces. Some of the neon, see if I can read this. I think it says The Trails and restaurant down there. Unfortunately, I think somebody actually pulled too close and broke some of the neon there. Oops. But yeah, when they're going to fix this one up. Beautiful day for riding. The official Route 66 Museum. All right, so inside, it's free admission. We went ahead and signed the guest book right there. And we're going to get our picture taken in front of the Volkswagen Bug for a fun pic. And enjoy the convertible part of it, too. Yeah. Oh, look at this camper. Route 66 camping in style. Guys, hey, will this tow behind the motorcycle? I don't know what we got in here. We got a bed. Wow. I definitely like the blue color and the size. Where are you traveling from, sir? Probably Illinois. He looks like an Illinoiser. They got some neon on display up here. The Green Spot Motel. I'm not familiar with that one. That is super cool, though. And twin arrows, which last time I was there was only one arrow remaining in Arizona. We got to watch the Cars movie, Diana. We have to. I'm going to have to get that movie and get that ready for one night. Howdy, welcome to Mahan's half acre. A hand-painted sign. Look, bottles. I think we're gonna see those today, Diana.
Oh, cool.
That thing's in a pink washing machine.
How cute, the pink.
Okay. Oh, look at that Route 66 light right there. Diana, I found you a new helmet. It's a little sparkly, but it's right up your alley.
I love it.
I knew you'd like that.
You gave me ideas. I'm gonna put bling bling on.
This looks like a race car. It is. This is like a race car. Navy Pier, Chicago. I believe that was for racing. They're playing a lot of music in the background. I will just mention that. I was trying to keep my clips kind of... Oh, wow. Is that John Wayne? I think so. I love these Route 66 lights up here. Here we have a mid-1940s switchboard when you would call into the operator in case you wanted to talk to somebody. And these lovely ladies would connect you to whoever you were trying to reach. Way before the simplicity of cell phones. Pulling plugs out and sticking them where and giving you an open line. Crazy. Look at all those workers in there doing it. Wow. Imagine trying to explain cell phones to someone back then. Like, yeah, so that phone, like this phone right here, we don't even talk in it anymore. We just push like letters and stuff on it and send pictures through the phone instead. And they're like, what? That would be very confusing trying to explain. The old outhouse. Careful, Diana. Is there a bucket?
I want one of these.
Oh, no, it's really an outhouse. Like, it might be a legit... Sorry, I'm going to make you guys look in there so I don't have to. I'm standing back here. What's in there? Cozy. I do think it needs a urinal on the side for me, though.
Look at what it says.
Yeah, what? Moving this inside took most of our dough. This empty barrel ain't just for show. Please drop a nickel before you go. There's a big wall of stickers here. I might have to have Diana put one of our stickers on here. And
Oh, yeah.
if you guys come in here, you can grab it off here. Some old Phillips 66 gas pumps here. I really like this red and green one here. Yeah. Oh, I got an old Pepsi machine over here. A vinyl record player. And a very old pinball machine. This is like 1940s. Wow. You guys may not know, but I used to collect Coca-Cola stuff back in the day. This was 20 years ago. I probably had just as much Coke stuff as I now have Mickey Mouse stuff. It was gigantic. The museum was a lot of fun, but their magnets, I'm just not seeing anything that I absolutely have to have. Nothing says anything about Victorville. They're just very generic ones that you'd see kind of anywhere else. I'll keep looking just to make sure. Yeah, these are all just kind of generic. Don't forget to stop in here, guys, and get a Nomadic Fanatic sticker if you can find it. There's one. There is one available right there. There's a lot of Route 66 stuff here. Apparently we're in the town of Oro Grande. Oro Grande. Not much here. A lot is closed up, but there's lots still to see. This is a cast iron gate here that says Route 66 on top, and it says that at one time there was some shops here. The Oro Grande shops. Here's an old hand-painted piece of plywood here that says Oro Grande Route 66, point of interest with the old prospector and his ass. Donkey! And then another, I like how they painted that. It's definitely been touched up recently. Historical Route 66, the shops. And a nice shield painted here on the sidewalk. Neat little town, but this is going to be the story of a lot of this town. I can already tell. It has not had shops for a while. Although, the closer we get... There's another one. See? Sorry. Closed. But then look, like, this is out here as if there was something open recently. Right? And they can't all be closed down. Let me back up so you can see the old semi-trucks going by me. Oro Grande shops right there. And this was an old thrift shop. The sign is falling over. Dang. It is a really cool building. What do you think, Silverback? Yeah, Diana's walking over another shield right there. Route 66. Desert Fox Eclectic. Aw. Well, that's too bad. Another map over here. Yeah. Lots of nice maps over here. Just gonna walk back here and see if possibly there's anything open around this bend. Unfortunately, it's all closed up. Whatever it once was, hey, it is still standing. And I gotta say, as the years goes on, somebody else passing through this tiny little town is not gonna see some of these buildings that I'm showing today in 2026. They're not all gonna be standing. So enjoy them while they're still here and preserved. Hang on. This is incredible. Look, there's a saloon sign and then another hand-painted sign with all the popular Southern California attractions, it says. With, look what's first. Oh boy, Disneyland, the happiest place on earth, and Knott's Berry Farm, Hollywood, Universal, Santa Monica, the Queen Mary, the Dolphins at SeaWorld. There's the Bottle Ranch, and where the Los Angeles Dodgers have lost more games in that Dodger Stadium than any other team. They have the most losses in that building, that's fact. Wow. Would have been so nice to see some of this open, even just to sell some magnets, stickers, t-shirts, something Route 66 available. But no, it's all locked up. Hey, but there is at least one prospering business left in Oro Grande, and that is apparently the Cross-Eyed Cow Pizza Restaurant with this hippie bus out front. Their building right there is all, I can hear the air conditioner going. So that's how I know there's something over here that's open. Now, it may not be old. It may not be super old Route 66, but they have done something with the building. I love the little trailer out front and the pizza sign. And there's a Route 66 route sign to let you know you're on the right route here. See, we got a big cow on the roof over there. Just gonna walk around see if there's anything else over here. There's a train going by on the other side of the tracks. Definitely a train area unsafe, deemed unsafe by San Bernardino County. That means this one can't open. Oh yeah, look at this. Somebody really wanted to get into this building. That's a cast iron gate that's been bulldozed right through. Look how thick those bricks are. I'm gonna peek you guys into the building here so you can take a peek. Yeah, I don't think this one is salvageable. This one's coming down soon, probably. We're between like San Bernardino and Barstow, which are two cities that at one time almost lost the railroad industry because of the bypass of Route 66. But because of the infrastructure of the tracks and the railroad ports and stuff like that, they came back and decided that it was still a viable place to do railroads. So there's like 4 or 5 tracks up there. There's a lot of railroad activity through here. I guess we're still walking. Diana wants to go down to another antique store down there. They've got a caboose that says Route 66 on it. And then this building here, I mean, I don't know what it once was, but it definitely has not always been an antique store. It may have been a hardware store or something. But it's open, it's been repurposed. We can go check it out. Okay, that wasn't even the entrance. Actually, look at this. It's like a whole mini mall, like Western looking. This might all be part of the antique store, actually. That's pretty cool. Oh, Diana, this is bad. Actually, we can't carry it anyway because we're on the motorcycle. Yeah. This would be a cool place to look. Coke stuff. There's the front of an old Willys Jeep there. Some gas pumps. Everything is for sale. This little Shell gas pump right here. What's right here? Oh, no. Everything is not for sale. Sorry. Most things are for sale. A $65 Shell gas. I think that's where you put cigarette butts. Yeah. Wow. That old American bald eagle toy there. So much junk. They have quite a few gas pumps here outside. And look at this Western boardwalk. Neat. It's so cool. Oh my gosh. Even if we don't get something from here, it's still fun to see these places still open today. It's me, Mario. There's a lot of cool stuff in this store. I'm just going to tell you. They are open 7 days a week here. That Jabba the Hutt, Pizza the Hut, one of the Hutt brothers from the new film. Diana and I saw it in Dolby. I don't know. No, I think this is pre the new film, the Mandalorian Grogu film. Look at everything in here, guys. Look at that Lone Star beer neon sign. I can't have neon signs in the bus, though. They won't survive. Look at the kitty cat. The old toy kitty cat chasing the mouse. That's like a 1950s or 60s toy, right? Wow. There's some vintage Mickey Mouse stuff in here. I already have 3 nightlights, but I don't have this one. $5. That's an older Mickey Mouse. I'm gonna get that one right here and get it on Route 66. Get back to Connecten. That turned out to be a really nice diet. Look, a whole bag of stuff. Yeah, we did good. And they had ice cold Route 66 cola, so I'm trying the orange soda. And Chris, the Huckleberry, yeah. Chris inside works there. She follows Diana and I on YouTube. That was awesome. Nice to meet you. And fantastic store. Do not miss this one. Diana and I are even talking about bringing the bus by here later. Maybe stock up on a few more things. There's a lot to look at here. Fun little stop. We'll finish our sodas and then we'll get back on the road. They're here, guys. Silverback and Diana's first trip to Elmer's Bottle Ranch. It's always windy here, like always. Yeah. So once we get closer in there, you're probably going to hear the whistling and the sound of all the bottles moving in the wind and everything. A lot of RVs. My first time I was in an RV like that. Lots of parking out here. Let's go check it out. It's amazing seeing the sun come through all the different colors. And Elmer, recently passed away, but his legacy lives on. There are so many bottle trees here, guys. Welcome. Come on in. Yep. Oh, you know what?
Put a sticker.
You gonna put a sticker? I forgot to bring my Buddha bottle. I was gonna donate one of my Buddha bottles. It's in the bus, and we're on the bike right now. Yeah. Well, I see Justin's been here recently. That's a new Random Land sticker there, new-ish. There's an old Random Land sticker, older there. How about right over here by this faded one right here? Since you can't read this one anyway, we'll go right under the pickle.
Right there?
Yeah. 2026 Centennial. Awesome. We recognize anybody else on here? No, I don't recognize anyone else. It's the strangest place. Strange. We could do this, Diana. I would just have to switch from cans to bottles and find really, I'm not to drink a bunch of beer. And then we could display them. Wow, this is impressive. It's actually kind of quiet right now. It's not super windy today. I don't hear any whistling from any of the bottles.
Oh, they whistle?
Yeah, like when you blow on the top of a bottle and it makes that sound. Well, sometimes the wind makes that sound through here. Not today. Just the sound of birds chirping. If there ever was an art installation, this has got to be it. This is crazy. I feel like it's grown. I definitely do not remember it being back this far. It was an old rocket. Hopefully that's been decommissioned. If not, oh well. Wow. I don't even recognize this building over here, guys. They got water for sale. Really old ice Coca-Cola. I'm afraid to touch it because it's falling apart right there with patina. But it is original. That is gorgeous. This tree right here has those glass transformers that you'd see like on power lines and stuff. I don't know where he got all this stuff from. It's a lot of hoarding and collecting. I believe the family does still live on site over here somewhere. Maybe in that house over there. Oh, there's kitties. See the kitty? Old cash register. What is it about cash registers on Route 66? An old oven stovetop. Like 40s, 50s maybe, overland. Yeah. And then some wells, water pumps and stuff. I gotta look at some of these wind chimes over here. They're making a lot of noise with the wind chimes. Yeah, look at that. That is an interesting... I like the sound that one makes, actually. Look at this. Old keys. Old rusty keys on a wind chime with a bone from, I think that's a cow jaw. Wow, that's impressive. all sorts of fun stuff.
When we have our next home, I want to have a lot of wind chimes.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I like the way it sounds.
If we're somewhere windy, that'd be nice. Maybe not right next to the window where we sleep, like a little bit farther out.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, I do also just like that ambient sound.
What is this?
I think that's like a bull or a cow jaw. That's an old Toyota Seabreeze. That's got the 22RE motor in it, motorhome. I really like that A&W sign there too. So nice seeing this place still thriving. I didn't get a magnet at the museum because I just wasn't impressed with any of them. And they used to have a donation box out front of this place back in the day. I haven't seen it yet. If it's here, I don't know where it's at. But yeah, of course, I say it all the time. Why don't you sell magnets? I don't think they're that concerned about it. But, you know, to generate some income and, you know, because these got to be cleaned off. Some of the structures need to be, like, fixed in the ground better with the crazy winds out here. So there is maintenance and costs involved in just maintaining something simple like this. There's a little wind gust. Woo! You know, it'd be nice to be able to buy a sticker, a magnet, or a pin or something, but I don't know. It's kind of been a slow day for magnets so far. That's okay. We're going to ride back and get all checked into our harvest host for the night. Maybe go have a few drinks. It happens to be a microbrewery. It does feel good to get out of LA finally. Get the bus out of LA and back on the road. I mean, yeah. It's been 4.5 months, guys. 4.5 months in a driveway in LA and traffic, and I'm so glad to be out here at Bottle Tree Ranch. So much nicer. That was a really, really good ride. It just got a little windy there at the end. Let me get the bike put in because we don't have any plans on riding tonight. So yeah, get the bike put in, locked in. Awesome sauce. All right, we're gonna go check things out. It is chilly outside. We'll just set the alarm real quick. Away. Step out. Close that up. Yeah, it is windy and chilly. As a matter of fact, it is going to get down to 40 degrees tonight here. The wind chill is brutal, by the way, but yeah, 40 for a low here. So I'm wearing a hoodie. And I'm back in jeans from like what we were riding with. Right across the street here, got an ambulance going by. In that industrial park right there is our harvest host. Kind of different area. I mean, I already went in there to check in, but you can see there's a semi truck here. So again, sorry for the wind. And this just looks like all industrial stuff. The last place you'd think you'd find a craft brewery harvest host. But here it is. They got Shawarai barbecue truck outside and Third Strike beer right here. I like it. It's on the inside. It's family friendly and pet friendly. So the people have a dog over there, and then they got all their taps right there. And there's a list of all their beers that they have on tap. So Diana and I are gonna get some. I'm gonna try a flight. Also like it that we can sit here and keep an eye on the bus. I mean, it's way out there. Let me zoom in so you can see it. See it over there, so we can at least see the bus.
I think it stands out a little bit.
You think the bus stands out?
Just a little.
Crazy. I thought we were so stealth, right? All right, so you build your own flight with these little 4-ounce samplers. It says you check off your 4 drinks. So I'm getting the Cornholio, the Never Say Never, the Hoppy Meal, and the Rubber Nipple. And Diana's gonna get a seltzer to start. Yeah, nice. I love that they have flights. You get to try whatever you want. It's almost like a competition too, because they give you back your slip, so you can select another 4 and go back up. And then, you know, you can get a growler to take home any of the ones you really like. I also have to show you the images that they have up there for these. So again, the Cornholio, which is a hoppy American lager, the Never Say Never Bavarian Hefeweizen, the Hoppy Meal West Coast Pale Ale, and the Rubber Nipple, a hazy IPA. Oh, and Diana's chicken, not an egg layer, I might say, is trying out the lavender lemonade. Have you tried it yet? Oh, is it good? Cool.
Really good. I love lavender.
I've never seen it in a...
Lavender lemonade.
So it's like an apple cider, like a... It's like a fruity alcoholic. Can I try it?
I like it.
Oh yeah, it's like almost like a seltzer. That's actually really good, ironically, yeah. Again, the whole idea with Harvest Host is that instead of going to a campground that charges $80 to $100 a night to park your RV, which we don't need because we have power with unlimited solar and we have our own facilities, we don't need hookups all the time. So you put a little bit of money into Harvest Host with an annual membership of, I think it's like $50 a year. And then every time you stay, they just ask you to spend $30 in business at the Harvest Host. So you eat, or you go to the farm, or you get drinks and stuff like that, and you help support small businesses on the road instead. That's why I love Harvest Host. We're not going to do it all the time, though. We're going to be doing a lot of camping as well, and from time to time, we're probably going to need a campground that has hookups. We're going to need to empty our toilets and get fresh water and supplies and stuff like that. So, cornholio. Okay. Beavis likes cornholio. They have some interesting beer signs up here, and I just glanced up and saw this one, guys. Yeah, that's an Olympia beer lighted sign. It's the water, the artesian water is in fact from my hometown, Olympia, Washington. They have an Olympia beer sign, and I've never seen that exact one. That's really neat to see. Well, surprise, a little homage to my hometown. Diana had a special request for some homemade popcorn, and I make the best popcorn in town. Hot oil popcorn. My secret ingredients are coconut oil, which is melting right there. It's almost ready. Actually, you have to have the Flavacol seasoning salt. This is what AMC theaters use. Coconut oil, Flavacol, and then I like the Orville Redenbacher corn. Oh, looks like our oil's just about all melted there, which means we can add in the popcorn there. Then we'll add the Flavacol all over. Oh yeah, and then we'll put the top on. And for those of you that don't know, this is how you make movie theater popcorn. Not microwavable popcorn, but actual movie theater style tasting popcorn. Has to be those ingredients though. There you go. They're on Amazon, right there. You can get a stir-crazy hot oil popcorn maker for like $30. And then you gotta have these ingredients. And you'll be styling and profiling. Whoop, we got one. There's gonna be more. Oh yeah. I know how to make popcorn, guys. Yeah, I used to be a microwavable popcorn guy, but once I learned how to make it exactly like the movie theaters make it and taste like a movie theater, it sucks cleaning this thing. But Diana and I have a deal. If I make it, she cleans it. I think it's a pretty good deal, right? This will also double as, once you flip this over, this is the bowl to hold the popcorn. This just keeps the butter out, so I'm going to let the steam out right now. But once this is done, I can put the top back on, flip it over, and this is a serving bowl. So I can just hand it to Diana. Guys, if you knew how good this smells right now, you would think you're in an AMC theater right now. Unbelievable. Just about done here. Wait till a couple seconds between pops right there. I'm gonna call it. Top on, flip it, and serve it. Actually, she don't know. I'm gonna try a couple pieces just to make sure. Unbelievable. Okay, she's gonna be missing a few pieces. Okay. So Diana's back here. I got the heater on in the back room, actually. Yeah. Popcorn time, Diana.
Hey, popcorn.
Enjoy your movie and editing.
Thank you, honey. You're the best.
Yeah, you're the best.
You're the best boyfriend.
All right.
ever.
If there's any left over, I'll take it. Don't throw it away.
Okay.
Hi, Tara. Hi, sweet angel. Hi, Opie. Where's the babies? Where's the babies at? Should I go find the babies? I'm gonna go find our babies. There's our Gizmo. Hi, Gizmo. He's a good boy. Oh, okay, where's Chunks? Aw, Chunks is in the big cat tree. Hey, buddy boy. What are you doing? We're on the road, buddy. We're out of LA. That's exciting, huh? Oh, good boy. Yeah, so Route 66 is basically a east-west trip, but weather can be unpredictable. When we were in San Bernardino, it was so cloudy and ugly. We had fun. There's going to be some days where we're kind of stuck with some inclement weather. I know that. Last time I did this 9 years ago, I got to Oklahoma and it was nothing but thunderstorms and tornado warnings. Tonight is going to be the coldest day on our entire trip. It's really late in the season to be seeing a low of 40. Diana and I have jointly decided that we are going to run, for the first time since January, our diesel heater. Yeah, we're gonna be using the heater tonight because 40 in a bus is cold. However, don't get too used to it, Eric, because in less than a week, there is a forecasted 107 degree day here in California. 107 degrees. Whew. In a bus. Okay, so we're off, guys. We have officially broke our bus cherry. Everything seems to be working. There's gonna be some surprises along the way. I know that. We're gonna work through it. We're gonna find a way. I'm so happy after leaving LA. Honestly, guys, this feels so good. So yeah, thanks for joining me, guys. Please consider giving me a thumbs up on the video, say hi in the comments, and tell your friends about our trip. Help spread the channel. That would really help me out. I love you all, and I will see you in about 3 days. Bye, guys.